What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and in this video we will be going over another EZA for a worldwide download celebration. And in this video we will be going over the TEQ GOGETA EZA. So before we hop into this video, smash the like button, subscribe to my channel if you're new. We are on the road to 200 subscribers by the end of the year, and we are very close. So thank you guys for all the support, and let's go ahead and dive into the details. So the Gogeta and Janemba concepts I made before this came out, luckily, and then they actually happened. I actually didn't really expect them to happen, to be honest, because it was a Broly movie theme celebration, but they did end up doing it, and I'm very excited. They do both seem very, very good, so I'm excited to see them in action. So let's go ahead and dive into what they can actually do. For the leader skill, they just buffed it. Actually, what we can do real quick, we can dive over here real quick and actually look over what they actually can do beforehand and now. So what it was before is 130 HP, 170 attack. They just bumped everything 180. For the EZAs, I mean, it doesn't really matter what your leader skill is because you're not running them as a leader skill. I mean, that's not a bad, it's all right. I mean, 180 to a straight thing is not bad. Like, if you don't have newer 200% leads, this is definitely an option people can use that, like, don't summon or something often. And then it was 120, 30% damage reduction, high chance to change orbs to rainbow, 2 key per rainbow, and then medium chance of launching additional super. That is literally rubbish. So let's see what they made him do now. Spoiler alert, they're amazing. So let's go dive in right here. The 12 key raises attack and then greatly raises defense for 1 turn and causes colossal damage to enemy. And then ultra super greatly raises attack and then greatly raises defense for 1 turn as well, and causes mega colossal damage. For the passive skill, gets key +2, attack and defense 200%, plus an additional attack and defense +50% when performing a super attack. Reduces damage received by 40%. Randomly changes 1 key sphere of a certain type to rainbow, plus an additional key +2 per rainbow orb obtained, which is actually very good considering they change orbs themselves. And if you're running like a movie heroes team, you're gonna have that year 9 Gogeta, which also orb changes, and they obviously will link amazing, probably 7 of 7, if not 6 of 7. I haven't checked yet, actually. Let's go ahead and check. 6 of 7 it is. So yeah, will be nice running them together so you can get the rainbow orb changing for him. And then he gets an additional attack +50%. Oh wait, hold on, I skipped a line by accident. Launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming super, so 70% chance super, and then gets an additional attack +50% and launches an additional super with a rainbow orb obtained, which is obviously going to be common considering they change and you're going to be running the year 9 Gogeta most likely with him, and he changes orbs as well. So you're pretty much going to be guaranteed another super. It would be very rare for you not to get this. So far you have 3 supers, hidden potential, so 4 supers untransformed for these guys. And then he gets an additional attack and defense +50% and damage reduction +20% for 1 turn from character's entry, or when HP is 70% or less at the start of turn. So that's very good. So that's 60% damage reduction he's going to have. He supers a good amount of times, and he's going to greatly raise defense with each of them. So in base form, he should be pretty good to start off the battle. Should be putting up decent numbers, and honestly, we should see some decent tanking from these guys in base with if you have the full 60% defense up and everything like that. So overall, they do seem very solid in base, and they're also infinitely raising attack. So if you're in a longer event like Movie Boss Rush and have him out for a long time, you're going to see Super Gogeta start doing insane damage. I'm just so excited to use these guys. So far looking very solid. And now we're gonna dive over to Super Gogeta here. He recovered 30% HP, attack and defense 150, attacks effective against all types, and a great chance of crit. And then changes key spheres to rainbow, 2+ key per rainbow orb, gets 5 key, 30% damage reduction, scouter for 5 turns. When an enemy is hit by the 18 key, he nullifies unarmed super attacks directed at the character for that turn. So obviously, yeah, just not great overall. So let's see the upgrade that this man has right here. So with the 12 key, he's greatly raising attack and defense for 1 turn and causing colossal damage. And then for the 18 key, he's greatly raising attack and defense for 3 turns and causing mega colossal damage, and then also greatly lowers enemy attack and defense, which is actually pretty big because we've seen a bunch of events all of a sudden that have this ability, which I don't know why, because it makes it awfully easy, some of these events, but this will definitely be useful in some of the newer events. So he still has 30% recovery, and then key +5, attack and defense 250%, gains an additional attack and defense +77% when performing a super attack, which is very nice. Guaranteed crits, which is insane. And then he has 40% damage reduction, randomly changes key spheres to rainbow and gets 3 key per rainbow, and then gains an additional attack +77%, launches an additional super, and guards all attacks with a rainbow orb obtained. Like I said, this is very common since he's changing orbs himself, so this is very likely to have up. So far we have 40% damage reduction, and then we're getting guard also with a rainbow orb, so 40% damage reduction guard so far, which is very nice. And then coming down here, he gets 5 key, another 40% damage reduction, scouter for 5 turns from start to turn. So starting from the active skill, once you fuse, for the first 5 turns, he will have 80% damage reduction. And then during those 5 turns, if you have a rainbow orb, it'll be 80% damage reduction, and guard, which is defensively untouchable almost, when you look at what this guy's doing, because he's greatly raising, so you're always going to have that extra bump on defense with the 18 keys. And then you have 80% damage reduction and guard. This guy is pretty much untouchable, I'm not gonna lie to you. And you'll see why when we get to a certain line in the passive skill. We'll talk about it when we get to it. Next line says, when an enemy is hit by the 18 key, nullifies unarmed super attacks directed at the character for the duration. So they kept that the same, which is fine. You're not going to really need to nullify, because this line right here, high chance of evading enemy super attack. I've seen a couple people confused about this line. This line literally means he has a 50% chance to dodge all supers, no matter what, doesn't matter. 50% chance to dodge supers, obviously if they cancel dodge, but overall, every super that's directed at him, he has a 50% chance to dodge, which is incredible. And then even if he gets hit, he should be fine generally. You won't see this guy getting one shot or nothing like that. He can take hits for sure. He's gonna take no damage, to be honest, especially on global, because you don't have fights like Bulma or Goku and Frieza yet. So global players, this unit's untouchable. So obviously very, very strong. Obviously he's not out yet, so I can't just jump to conclusions, but if I had to make a statement on him, I would say he's definitely top 5, and if he's as good as I think he is top 3, to be honest. We're not gonna jump straight to conclusions yet. We'll do a tier list on this dude, obviously, because he's top 10 no matter what. And Janemba too, because I'm sure he's top 10. We're gonna make the video on him after this. So yeah, he definitely seems very good. Comment down below your thoughts on this guy. Are you very excited to see him? I know I am. I've been waiting for this EZA for a while, so I'm super excited to go ahead and obtain him and get to work with those videos. So if you're new to my channel, subscribe to my channel, man, please. You're on the road to 200 subscribers. Smash the like button, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.